You are listening to the Free Spirit Astrology Podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Free Spirit Astrology Podcast. I am your host, Brandy Williams, here to talk about another astrological week. And so let's get right into it. On September 6th and 7th, the Sun in Virgo opposed Saturn retrograde in Pisces, bringing our awareness to our routines and obligations. And so this Sun in Virgo is checking for details and efficiency when it comes to our obligations, our daily routines, the things that we're connected to. And we're evaluating what we are doing and determining if we need to cut out some steps. Are we doing something or obligating ourselves to the correct things, the things that serve our life's purpose, or are we involved in a lot of excess that could be exhausting us? And this Saturn in Pisces is sitting in the opposite part of life, asking a similar question. Are we doing too much? Are we focused on the right things? And will the things that we are doing right now matter in the grand scheme of life, in the grand scheme of things? Saturn is also asking for discernment, where we could place stronger boundaries. And this conversation as a whole indicates something needs to be simplified. We may need to cut some unnecessary steps or activities out because it is beginning to feel excessive. We could feel overwhelmed by all that's on our plates right now. And Saturn in Pisces is asking us to observe this overwhelm and to create a plan or a list for what needs to be done and what needs to be cut out. We're asked to be honest with ourselves with what we really need and what we don't, whether we really have the capacity to do something, because that could be contributing to this feeling of overwhelm. Virgo is all about how to get better results by doing less and decluttering the unnecessary steps. On Sunday, September 8th, Mercury traveled back into the sign of Virgo, and Mercury rules the sign of Virgo. So this is definitely a reinforcement of what we just talked about. Mercury in Virgo is giving us a strong ability to analyze and focus on the details, helping us to gain a clearer understanding of what needs to be cut out. Mercury in Virgo helps us clarify what needs to be decluttered and what doesn't matter right now. This is ideal energy to organize, remove, and fine tune something. Today, September 11th, Mercury in Virgo will enter a sextile with the planet Mars in Cancer. So this is a nice little meetup for a lunch date or something like that. And this transit is giving us a great opportunity to have uncomfortable conversations, to talk about our feelings and make important decisions. I feel like this could also pertain to something we may have agreed to, but now it feels excessive. Our plate is already full, and this transit gives us the courage to honor our own limitations, to tell someone we've changed our minds, or to decline a prior RSVP. Mercury in Virgo square Mars in Cancer will smooth out any turbulent bumps that we could face in a hard conversation or cancel plans that may impact someone else. Overall, this transit is helping us to make a decision that feels good for us and that fills up our own cup. On September 14th, the Sun in Virgo will move away from the opposition with Saturn and into a square or a tense and creative conversation with Jupiter and Gemini. And so some of the key words for this transit is confidence, adventure, and increased energy. We could be feeling really empowered, even to the point where we experience an exaggerated sense of optimism. We could be diving headfirst into all of the books, buying courses, and watching all the YouTube videos about our passions and the upcoming endeavors that we wish to pursue. But we want to be careful that we are not overextending ourselves so that we don't wind up in that pool of overwhelm. Okay, and the last two things I want to discuss for the week are really going to wrap it up with some good energy. All happening on September 15th. Venus in Libra will trine Jupiter in Gemini, and this is such a vibe. This is the most positive transit of the month. Y'all, Venus in Libra is really that girl. She is in her place of strength because this is her natural home. She's confident, she's sensual, and Venus in Libra, she her milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, all the boys, the opportunities, and the money. And Venus in Libra will attract things simply from her essence versus any hustle. Venus in Libra attracts because she is attractive, so she receives all of the blessings by simply resting, relaxing, and luxuriating in her own vibration. So Venus in Libra is attracting all that she wants and even the things that she didn't know she needed because Venus is that girl. And Jupiter will always double the pot on anything. He will always expand and add abundance or just exaggerate anything that he's connected to. So he's definitely doubling the pot on this. So we could be seeing some amazing things unfolding for us. This transit is a magical time for friendships, relationships, art, and beauty. Beautiful partnership dynamics. We could be creating lasting connections with someone and really just magnetizing the lives that we actually want to live. And finally, Mars in Cancer is squaring the nodes of the moon. So, all year, the south node of the moon has been in Libra, and this has been dismantling unaligned relationships, pulling us away from relationships that don't serve us, also bringing our attention to how we should be tending to our inhibiting or negative or toxic relationship patterns and patterns that are limiting us, people pleasing, knowing that you are not being able to flourish in some of the circles and situations that you've been in. And the North Node is sitting opposite from Libra in the sign of Aries. And that has been pulling us into new awareness, a new shift in understanding of our sense of self, and just really this new identity that's coming into fruition for all of us individually and collectively, the world. Everything is changing. The way we are doing relationships are changing. And so as we approach eclipse season, the nodes are really starting to activate and communicate with different planets. Mars in Cancer is asking for active self-care and active self-nourishment. It's asking us to witness how we meet our own needs versus how we show up for others. We may not be able to meet the needs of others this week. We may not be able to meet the needs of others for the rest of the year. And so we're being asked not to grit our teeth and push through something, to not push our emotions down in order to show up for someone else. And so here lies our weekly reminder to turn the gaze inward, to honor ourselves as the main task on our to do list. So, a quick recap. Are you doing too much? No, seriously, are you? If so, you need to take that off your plate. Me too. Let's have courage to let someone down for our own well being this week. Rest and be blessed and love on yourself a lot. That is all I have for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you feel that this episode resonated with you or someone else that really needs it, please share, please like, please subscribe to the podcast. I'll leave all of my booking information and contact information in the show notes. And until next time, you guys have a great day and be blessed. Thank you. You are listening to the Free Spirit Astrology Podcast.